Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Virtual Encounters. I'm Abhishek Mahajan. We have a very young guest today, budding talent, professional basketball player who aspires to do big in this sport. He is in Moldova currently taking part in the Professional League Division 1. We have Ulhas KS with us. He is joining us on DD India. Welcome Ulhas, welcome to DD India. Appreciate you giving us your precious time. First of all, many congratulations on being part of the Moldovan League Division 1. First of all, tell us how big is this league and how big is this achievement for you?
This league is quite big because it's the national league in Moldova, and it is considered professional. And it's a big thing because outside India, Indians are not considered, competition. And because there's no leagues back home, we're not considered competition outside India. And because of that, making it here is a big thing for me. And this solely happened because I kept trying, and this was the goal since I was young.
Okay, so first Indian to be selected to play professionally for Moldovan National League in Europe. But Ulas, we want to know from you, how did this happen and how did you get the call to play in this league?
So it's really funny. So basically, after my time in the University of Westminster in the UK, I came back, and after that, lockdown happened. And later to that year in 2021, I went to a training camp in Valencia. It's called Europro Basket. I trained there, and I kind of understood how to get into the system. And that's the main reason I came. And once I came back, I kind of did my research, contacted few agents here and there, but nothing worked. But because I kept posting stuff on my Instagram and all that, I got contacted by an agent and then a team, and then all of that happened through social media. It's really funny. And later to that, they asked my CV, and the only reason why they considered me to be, a good competition is because I competed in a high level in the UK.
Okay.
So that's how it happened, and they were like, "Okay, we think that you're a good fit," and they got me in.
Okay, so I mean, you need to thank social media for your selection. But again, but again, we want to know your journey, Ulhas. What inspired you to choose basketball? You're just 23. You started playing basketball at the age of 7, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Uh, what inspired you in a country which is cricket crazy? Olympic sport is also getting the recognition, but basketball. Tell us your journey.
So like you said, since I was 7, I started, but this is how I started. So I was in a school called the Banyan Tree School in Lodi Road, Delhi,
Okay.
and this was in my second grade, and um, I had to choose a physical activity. So I chose cricket because it's a cricket country as well. I used to play cricket. I chose cricket. And
Okay.
they said, "Oh, it's full. You cannot play. There's too many people." Then the next alternative I chose is football. They said, "No, it's not possible. Too many people." And I asked, "Is there any other outdoor sport that I can play?" They were like basketball. And at that time, I was like, "What is that?" I didn't
Who
even
said? I
know.
mean, your school admin.
Yeah,
Okay.
they're like, "Try basketball." I was like, "I don't know what that is." And then eventually I went and I tried, and within 3 days, I got on the team. And then
Wow.
after that, the only reason I got on the team is not because I had skills or something, but because I could run and do all that.
Hmm.
So once that happened, after a few months, I became the captain of the team. I understood the game even more. And the more I got recognized when I was really young, it kind of inspired me to play even more. And later than that, we went and competed, and I could see that I could play really well even in the competition.
Hmm.
So later to that, when I was in my eighth grade, I changed my school for basketball. I went to the school called GD Goenka, and it was number one at that time when I went there in
In
terms of
basketball.
basketball in Delhi.
Okay.
Because they used to compete in like in a year, they used to compete at least 13 to 14 tournaments. That was the
Okay.
minimum. And because there's so much exposure in that, and the coach was really good, I was like, this is where I want to be to grow even further.
Okay.
And in that first in my ninth and 10th grade, I had to prove myself that I can play. But
Hmm.
later to that, I became the captain of the team in my 12th grade, and I played for Delhi. I tried out for Delhi, and I played national, and then we won gold in school nationals, and then we won bronze in
In Delhi.
open nationals. So all of
Yeah.
these things kind of kept on pushing me to reach out for the highest goal. And um, it's like because I played so many competitions in my high school, it kind
Hmm.
of made me understand the game even more and gain more experience and take that experience to the next level.
Hmm.
So to later to that, I was like, I don't see myself getting any better in India in terms of training and the facilities that we had and the knowledge that there is outside. I could see that it's much, much, much more when it comes to basketball, as basketball is not our national sport. So I had to go out, and then I chose UK because my level was not as good as going to US and playing in a Division One.
Hmm.
And I chose UK. So as soon as I went there, I gave the tryout. So they
Hmm.
had University of Westminster had a first team, second team, and the third team.
Hmm.
I made the tryout, and then in the tryout, I got selected for the first team.
Okay.
And I was playing almost starting five. But what happened? I got injured and went through a lot of series of injuries in
Hmm.
that first year.
Hmm.
But somehow I managed to be on the practices. I kept on playing the games in that injury and kind of handling myself because I was all alone. And
Hmm.
eventually, later to that, in the last few games of the season, I kind of recovered and I played really well.
Hmm.
And because of that, they recognized me and they made me the captain of the first team in the second year.
Okay.
And in the whole of UK, like as long as I know and I played there, I haven't seen a single Indian play there as well. And
Hmm.
being the only Indian or, you know, only guy who was coming from India and playing there, even that was hard. Pushing through that, we won the championship in my second year when I was the captain. We won the championship, and Westminster won the championship in that division, in the college division, after 7 years.
Okay.
So that was a big history made that day as well.
Hmm.
And then in my third year is when I played this England's National Basketball League, ENBL,
Okay.
which is considered one of the big leagues in the UK.
Okay.
And I played at a high division there. And then later on, I was the captain in the third year as well.
Hmm.
And later on, I came back to the country once I finished my undergraduation degree in business management entrepreneurship. I was a
Okay.
student athlete, I had to balance both.
Okay.
So that's my journey. And then once I came back, I played this league called Street Ball League, which was a
Yeah.
semi-professional 3-on-3 league.
Hmm.
As soon as I came, this was the league which was happening in India. I was like, wow, okay, I'm gonna try out for this. I tried out, got in, then we won the championship, and then from there, COVID happened, so the whole year 2020 just went away like that.
Hmm.
And then 21 is when I went for the training camp, coming back, and then I told you how everything happened on the social media, and I got my chance, and I'm here now.
Right, but Ulas, you have such an inspiring story, such a great journey. You had to go through a lot, but again, you have reached this far. What is your aim and ambition now, and what do you aspire to be?
Uh, like any basketball player, my goal would be playing in the NBA one day.
Hmm. Hmm.
But the current goal is getting to a higher, division or a higher league. Here, the higher league would be the Euro League.
Hmm.
This is the highest league in Europe.
Hmm.
After NBA, Euro League is considered the highest league.
Hmm.
So to make that, it takes a lot of striving and everything. So that's my goal for now. But the main goal, the dream, would be the NBA, playing there and staying there, and hopefully winning a championship there one day.
Okay, so NBA is your ultimate dream. So you think Moldovan League is the first step towards realizing the dream of NBA?
For sure, because this is an experience by itself. This is the first time I'm experiencing being a professional athlete,
Hmm.
actually professional, and
Okay.
it'll make me understand how to be, how to play, and the game is really different when you come to Europe. It's
Hmm.
not the same as India or UK. They play a different style of basketball completely.
Okay. Okay.
So understanding that game, playing at their level, their pace, getting a hang of it, and then performing better and really good,
Hmm.
that would be, a really good experience to take it and, push myself to a better division or something.
Hmm.
And eventually, yes, NBA for sure. So even so, this is what happens even in the US, that
Hmm.
people who don't make it to the NBA, who
Yeah.
are the people top athletes in the US, they end up coming to Europe, playing here for 2 years, getting their craft better,
Hmm.
mastering their craft even more, and understanding the game even better, and then
Hmm.
going back and giving the draft.
Okay.
So I felt like this would be a better option to do
Okay.
for me as well. So that's
Hmm.
why I chose Europe.
Mm. If you go a little bit back, Ulhas, Satnam Singh was the first Indian to be drafted into the NBA, and hope you become the second one. But again, uh, how difficult you think will be the journey? What all challenges you have to go through? You have been going through, and tell us, I mean, in detail that I mean, what it takes to get into the NBA.
I'd say everything. It is everything because being in the NBA is, let's say, saying approximately like the whole world is trying, millions of people are
Yeah.
trying,
Yeah.
and there are only 60 sports each year.
Hmm.
And you have to be top athlete, but not just that, you have to be the best in the top athlete to get there.
Hmm.
So it takes a lot. Satnam Singh did a great job getting drafted. He worked for it, and he
Yeah.
definitely deserved being there. But it's a completely different story for someone like me because he is 7'1". He's really tall,
Yeah. Yeah.
and he has that advantage because the position that he plays,
Yeah.
he's really tall for that.
Yeah.
But me being me, I'm 6'1",
Hmm.
and I play point guard. So this is the position where it's like this is the guy who makes the decision and facilitates the game.
Hmm.
So my position is somewhere around 6'1" to 6'7".
Hmm.
This is the height, 6 to 6'7",
Hmm.
usually.
Hmm.
And that's the main thing. I'm considered a guard. He's considered a big. So
Hmm.
there hasn't been a guard of my
Hmm.
position making it to the NBA till now, out
Hmm.
of kind of, in India, to be honest.
Hmm. Hmm.
Even another name I think you might know is Amjot Singh.
Yeah.
He made it to the G League. So
Yeah.
even his height, he was 6'7"
Hmm.
or something, and he's a guard.
Yeah.
He played kind of my position at that
Okay.
height. So
Hmm.
making it to that league at my height is a different thing by itself. It's really harder.
Yeah. Hmm. But again, I mean, you need to believe in yourself. Hope you make it,
Exactly,
and
exactly.
that too very soon. But again, my question to you is, why do you want to be in the NBA? I'm asking this because uh, will it be, you think it will be a personal achievement and you'll earn a lot of respect and you'll earn laurels? The other reason can be for the country. You want India to be there in the NBA, you want to represent India, you want the Indian flag there. Yes, this guy is from India and is representing and has been drafted into the NBA. This can be the other reason too.
Definitely, that is the second reason is the main reason because
Okay.
it's not about me, but it's about inspiring the next generation to
Yeah.
even aspire for such a goal.
Hmm.
And like me, there are so many people who are trying for it and trying to figure out what is the way. But if I make it, I can guide them in a way
Yeah.
to get there
Hmm.
eventually.
Hmm.
So even if I go through all kinds of struggles, it'd be worth it because the other person doesn't have to go through the same and
Hmm.
can go through an easier process than me.
Hmm.
And definitely, putting India on the map and letting everyone know that Indians can play basketball at the highest level.
Hmm. Right, but again, Ulas, how is basketball growing in India? You are the best person to answer this question. And also, what do you think are the challenges that are faced by the young cages?
They face a lot of challenges, to be honest. Basketball right now in India is growing. Is definitely growing since the last 5 to 10 years, thanks to people like Satnam Singh, Amjot Singh,
Hmm.
and all these players who have made it, so far.
Hmm.
But the big thing is that there's no professional 5-on-5 league, which is
Okay.
FIBA recognized back
Hmm.
home,
Hmm.
and that not being there. So the problem with this is that if there is no league, there is no competition in as such. It's not considered competition. There has to be a professional league for
Okay.
the people who in India, because
Hmm.
first they can choose it as a career option, the people who actually love basketball.
But how do you think youngsters will be inclined towards this sport?
I'll tell you, from what I've seen around me, after cricket, people are either choosing basketball or
Hmm.
football.
Okay.
And our population is really huge. Our market is
Hmm.
really huge
Hmm.
in terms of basketball.
Hmm.
And there's so many people that are playing right now.
Hmm.
I can tell you this, our talent back home is here. This is the
Okay.
talent.
This is big.
Is huge. Like back home, I can tell you athletes who are as good as me, are better than me, who can play at a really high level.
Now, Ulas, talking about your off-field interest now, I was reading it somewhere that you are into yoga and meditation for a very, very long time, and you have healed people too. Elaborate. Can you elaborate more on that?
I wouldn't say healed, but kind of helped,
Mm.
because me myself, I've been through a lot. So to come out of a situation, a bad place, I think yoga and meditation was a key to me
Mm.
coming out and becoming, in a way, so powerful internally that nothing outside kind of affects you anymore.
Mm.
And um, a lot of people think yoga means just flexibility and stuff like that, just moving your body here and there, twisting and turning.
Mm.
But I would like to tell this, that yoga means union of your mind,
Mm.
body, energy, and your emotions. And
Mm.
only if all these four faculties are balanced and work in one direction, you can truly be present and focused.
Mm.
Because you're talking to me right now, but if they are not balanced, your body is there, your mind is somewhere else, you're feeling
Yeah.
something else.
Yeah.
And this is what's happening to most of the people right now, that their own emotions and their thoughts are kind of not in the control, and they think it's something outside that is affecting them, but they are the problem and they are the solution to it as well. And this
Mm.
is the first step to realizing that there is a problem, is that turning inwards, that it is actually you, it's not the outside situation, people, or the situation that is affecting you. It's
Yeah.
a
Meditation
choice.
helps you concentrate also.
Concentrate, definitely. Everyone is trying to get better at the end of the day,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
i'm uh, I can guarantee you this 100,000% that your focus
Mm.
level will go from here to here within a few weeks of doing meditation, because now
Mm.
when your thoughts and mind is focused, when
Yeah.
you do something, everything is in one direction. And
Mm.
when it's like that, you don't even have to think about the results, they'll come like that.
Uh,
It's because it's dispersed. We are
yeah.
so, you know, it's not, again, you know how now we have social media and stuff like that, and people say it's a big distraction.
Mm.
It's not the social media, it's not the technology which is wrong,
Yeah.
it's our inability to handle it the right way.
And all depends on you. Everything is inside.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, Ulas, we want to know about your hobbies too. I was checking your Instagram. You put a lot of videos and reels. So one hobby can be that, or if
Yeah.
that's a requirement, that's your take. But again, tell us about your hobbies.
uh, I'm into everything. Give me anything, I do it.
Okay, that's
Swimming,
coming out of a
cricket.
sports person.
Yeah,
Sports person can do anything.
everyone can do everything. Now, in terms of hobbies, I love everything. I love doing pretty much everything.
Hmm. But Ulas, nobody can grow in any area, be it sport or studies, without a support system. Who all have been your biggest support?
The biggest support would always be my parents. Without
Hmm.
them, I won't be even sitting here or talking to you,
Yeah.
or even making this, thinking about this dream, because
Hmm.
you gotta understand that they are the ones who took care of me and like pushed me to kind
Hmm.
of work at the highest level,
Hmm.
and they kind of gave me everything that I needed in terms
Hmm.
of support, from
Hmm.
food, everything. It
Hmm.
was in the right sense. They gave me the right nutrition. They helped me get a physio,
Hmm.
all the stuff an athlete needs at the professional level. And because I trained for years as a professional athlete, I trained like that. I wasn't one, but I trained
Hmm.
like that. And
Hmm.
eventually it helped me to get here. So without
Hmm.
them, none of this would be ever possible. So they are the
Hmm.
big reason why I'm here in the first place, and I could think something like this. Or else I'd
Hmm.
be thinking, if I didn't have this kind of support of mine, I'd probably be thinking about earning a job or getting some job at back home and trying to balance that and then basketball, which is impossible to do.
They'll be the most happiest, I think, if you make it to the NBA and realize your
Definitely,
dream.
definitely.
And what are the coaches saying, Ulas? You are ready to play in the NBA?
Uh, Coaches back home or here?
Both.
Coaches back home, I have really congratulated me, and they have seen me come a long
Hmm.
way. I was
Hmm.
a small 4'11" skinny kid, who just started basketball, and from there they seen me come to this stage. Firstly, but that itself is a big thing right now,
Yeah.
and they really appreciate me for pushing myself and being here. People
Hmm.
who have been there, coaches who have been there when I was young, they've seen how much progression has taken place throughout
Hmm.
the years.
Hmm.
And not just coaches here, but even the players from the US who have come and who are Division One hoopers,
Hmm.
they've recognized me and they've told me that I could play at Division One level as well, and um, that kind of even motivated me even more and inspired me, because that means a lot. Division One is NCAA. NCAA
Hmm.
Division One is the highest league in
Okay.
college
Hmm.
across the world.
Okay.
And if a Division One hooper is saying that I can play that way in that league,
Hmm.
that means I can also make it to the NBA one day,
Right.
because from Division One is where you go to the NBA.
Hmm.
So if they considered me at that level, definitely I'm going to be in the NBA real soon, and I have no doubt about it. And you'll see me in 2 3 years time for sure.
Oh, wow, great, great. That's the sign. That's a big confidence, and we'll do your interview again. We'll see. We'll see you here again. But again, what message do you want to give to your fans, Ulas, who will be rooting for you?
I'd say thank you so much for all the support, all the love, and um, I'd make sure that I realize my dream and make my country proud. And that's
Hmm.
all I can say for now. And I'm gonna
Hmm.
keep working as hard as I can.
Hmm.
Um, and you'll see the results real soon.
Yes, Ulas, I'm sure many youngsters will be rooting for you and they'll be inspired by your game also. Thank you so much for giving us your precious time. Hope you do well and achieve great success in basketball. Thank you so much, Ulas. Thank you for giving us your precious time.
You too. Thank you.